Welcome to Jeff Lobb Unleashed, a podcast talking all things sales, marketing, and social for the real estate, mortgage, and title industries. An international speaker and sales coach straight out of New Jersey and the home of Spark Tank Media. Here's your host and coach, Jeff Lobb.
Hey everyone, so one of the biggest challenges I find with real estate agents is actually on their listing presentation. I'm finding the evolution of the listing presentation hasn't changed a heck of a lot. And in today's world with social media and very visual content, I want to share with you a couple strategies that's making the big difference in winning listings. I don't know about you, but I like to win listings. Always like listings. Listings will actually earn you the biggest amount of return on invested time. So I want to give you a couple tips on maybe enhancing that listing presentation. First things first, got a couple little notes here on the board that you can follow along with. So I got a 20%, 80% number up there. And what I'm finding is most listing presentations by the agent is usually a lot about them. Sometimes it's 80% about them, their company, their brand, their market share, and very little about how you're going to actually help the consumer. See, I like to flip the script on that. What I look is, I think your presentation should be 25% about you and your brand, because it's important still, but almost 80% about them. How you're going to help them. How are you going to show them? And we're going to talk about the show and tell, because I think we need to do less telling and more showing. Just my opinion. Remember, our consumers are very visual today with the mobile devices, the tablets, everything we're looking at from the early stages of real estate search. It's all visual. I mean, they're on Zillow, they're on Realtor.com, they're on websites, they're searching, looking at beautiful virtual tours, 360 tours, Instagram photos. You know, that's their visual content. That's how they absorb it. And yet, many of us go out on listing presentations still in that digital format. I use digital almost like reference like the Blackberry, right? If you remember the Blackberry, some of you might still have one. Hope not, right? We've evolved. But let's look at the Blackberry for a quick second. Let's divert for a second. What was the reason part of Blackberry failed? Right? The reason BlackBerry failed was it was the number one device in the universe. We all loved our BlackBerrys back in the day, and I loved mine. However, that's digital. It was kind of X's and O's, did not show visual very well. And it was the consumer that wanted more visual content. They wanted to see things better. They wanted video better. And the company BlackBerry never chose to evolve or wrapped around that. Other companies did. See, the same thing's happening with your listing presentation. You need to evolve your listing presentation to be more visual, to be more animated, to be more video, to be just more pretty. So let me give you a couple tips. So 20% focused on you and your brand, some street cred, and then the other 80% about them and visually sharing how you're going to market their home, how you're going to create their experience. It's all about the how. So let's talk about that visual marketing first. You could talk about all the tours you want in the world. You could talk about all the premier agent stuff. You could talk about how great you are on the Zillow platform, the Realtor.com platform, how your SEO is fantastic. But until you physically show them what that means, it's not registering. Visual communications makes up for most of the communication. So I'm talking on your tablet. You got to get more savvy with these devices. Not just words. Words are great, but visual, showing them what it looks like to be a premier agent, what it looks like to have a highlighted listing on a platform. Show them that, right? So that should be part of it so they see and understand the difference between you and your competitor, right? I could tell you, but when I show it to you, it registers. Next, social, right? If you're on the Instagram platform, first of all, a lot of you are struggling with Instagram. Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, you're starting to get savvy to it. If not, we can help you there. But Instagram is a visual platform. That's why Facebook bought it, right? It was very visual. So I want to give you a really cool tip I share with a lot of our coaching clients. That we can use to differentiate yourself. So for those of you who understand what a hashtag is, right? The hashtag, the search symbol in the platform. Well, we use hashtags in Instagram to be able to search like the location or Miami condo homes for sale or Miami waterfront properties. And we use that hashtag to kind of give it that label. I want to give you guys an idea to use a hashtag to visually display your marketing. Here it is. Write this one down. Use a hashtag, like a really unique one that almost no one in the universe would ever work with. Like if I created a hashtag just for myself, Jeff Lobb sold homes, right? what's the likelihood of another Jeff Lobb or anybody using that hashtag? And, I don't own it, but at the same time, I'm using something so unique to me. So if I took every listing that I sold, here's an example. I took every listing that I sold, and it was visually posted in pretty format on Instagram. Besides all my other cool hashtags that I'm using for geolocation and search, I add the hashtag Jeff Lobb sold homes, right? I've got 20 homes I've sold in the past 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, all hashtagged with that hashtag, Jeff Lobb sold homes. Now I'm sitting in front of you, the homeowner, and I'm talking about my social media marketing. I'm talking about how I'm going to promote on Facebook ads and on Instagram. And while I could say it, it's still not pretty enough to talk. I got to show you how this works. All I have to do is go into my Instagram platform. And if you know how hashtags work, I just go into the search bar and search Jeff Lobb sold homes, the hashtag I used with all of the homes I've sold. And what's going to populate? A full, beautiful display of all the homes I've sold in Instagram format right here on the device, right here on that device. That's how you start to show your marketing. Now, even if you are competing with someone who says, oh yeah, we do Instagram marketing too, and yet on my presentation, I showed you all the homes that I've sold and marketed visually, 95% of the time I'm going to win, right? So it's a differentiator. Use a unique hashtag to create a search just for you to filter out your properties, right? That's a winner. Use that one. All right, last, visual retargeting. So many of us talk about the retargeting platforms that are out there. And while, it doesn't matter to me like which ones you use, but I'll give you a good example of one that we're using with our clients, and it comes back to our friends at AdWorks, right? So AdWorks has a retargeting platform that isn't lead generation. It's not meant to make the phone ring, but they have a platform that they use for listings. I want to share with you a little twist on how you can also win listing presentations visually. Right? So here's how the regular listing platform works. You get a good listing, you put it into their platform, and it starts to target people within a 16-mile radius or whatever radius around the listing of that home for potential buyers. And of course, the homeowner sees it as well. So the homeowner's excited. They see they're searching on, CNN and MSNBC and the Wall Street Journal, even like news channels. They're on web, they're on Facebook, and there's their ad. Now, that's great for branding. That's great for advertising. However, here's the spin I want you to understand. Remember, it's about winning listings. We're talking about listing presentations. What I would do is the retargeting company, let's say AdWorks in this case, after you get a listing that's out there, it shows you the screenshots, the visual displays of where that listing ran. So it shows you the photo of the home on those major websites, right? So you get 1 a day, 2 a day, 3, say you get a few in a week, a few in a month even, that shows you where they are. It's those visual pieces of content I want you to use in your next listing presentation. And when you're talking to the homeowner about Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, besides all the marketing I just shared with you, make this towards the end of your presentation, we also have the power and the platform to take your home and market it across fantastic websites and one of the most popular Google sites, such as the Weather Channel, Yahoo Sports, ESPN, Amazon. And what you want to do is you turn that device around and you show them the listing that you had on those sites. Show them. Don't talk about it. Show them. When they see their home or the opportunity for them to you have the power to take their home and put it on those channels, it's a perception like no other, right? It's a marketing differentiator. So that's how you simply take simple tools that we have access to, kind of unbox them. It's what we do all the time. Try and teach you those little differentiators. The name of the game is more visual marketing. So 20% about you, 80% about them, visual marketing, visual social, visual retargeting. And there's probably a whole bunch more, but those are top 3 strategies I could share with you today and give you some insights to creating a better listing presentation. If you liked what you saw, come subscribe down below. If you need more help, reach out to us. We'll be happy to do it. It's what we do for a living. Hopefully I'll see you soon live in person. Hope you got some great tips.